Service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. This is ELBC Newsline, 30 minutes of the most captivating news from across Liberia and other parts of our one world. Today is Friday, October 6, 2023. My name is Zokwe Beslekonen, your presenter. In the headlines, President George Weah expected to hold major political rally in Greenville, Sano County later today. Phase 2 of presidential debate is taking place in Bangabon County. A stalwart of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Wilson Tape, justifies President Weah's re-election.
We have a president whose consumption is productive to improve the productivity of the economy. Our people are not prepared to leave this new revolutionary trajectory to outdated, tested, and failed system.
Away from home, armed separatists in Cameroon claim responsibility of publicly executing at close range two kidnapped civilians. These stories, plus many more developments, are all packaged into this edition of the program ELBC Newsline. We now go over to Emmanuel Colley for the Bulletin of News.
President George Weah is currently in Greenville, Sano County on the final lap of his campaign activities in the southeast. According to our correspondent, President Weah is expected to hold a major political rally at the Greenville City Hall later in the afternoon. The Liberian leader is campaigning on the back of his unprecedented development since assuming the presidency in 2018. The president and his campaign team are said to be winning massive support from the people of southeastern Liberia. The Liberian leader is expected to be back in Monrovia soon to mark the close of campaign activities on Sunday. At the same time, citizens of Rivers County are gearing up to receiving the president. A correspondent in the area said the citizens are in high mood to meet the Liberian leader. Rivers County Superintendent Bishma Kabia and the former County Superintendent Dallas Goa and campaign chairperson are mobilizing citizens to give a rousing welcome to President Weah and his campaign team. The president is visiting remaining counties in anticipation of climaxing his campaign trail. Phase 2 of presidential debate is taking place in Bangabon County today. Internews, with support from USAID, is conducting two debates for presidential candidates ahead of the October 10, 2023 elections. The first debate was held at the ministerial complex in Congo Town Tuesday, while the last one is being held in Bangabon County. Debates in elections are platforms used by candidates vying for elected positions to articulate their political manifestos to the electors. The Liberian government has reassured citizens in the southeast that pavement of southeastern roads is well on course. Deputy Public Works Minister for Administration Joseph Todd said government has already paved the first 39 kilometers from Ganta Nima County to Zweju Grand Jide County. Minister told to ELBC Mikat on Friday that the road sketch from Tapeta to Tostan Grand Jide County is already on contract.
Our brothers and sisters in the southeast can rest assured that pavement of the roads began long ago. That is why the government insisted that look, we'll not wait for our development partners, but we will grab the bull by the horn as a government, a responsible government. We will begin the pavement of the road from Ganta towards Zedro.
He also indicated that the road from Freshtown, River J County to Zweju Grand Jide County is already been paved. The Deputy Public Works Minister for Administration also called on Liberians to re-elect President Weah to ensure the pavement of more roads across the country. The president of the Lacoste College of Education, Dr. Benjamin Wei, is calling for increased budgetary support to education. Dr. Wei wants government allowed 20% of its total budget to education to transform the sector. He was speaking Thursday during the celebration of the World Teachers' Day organized by the Lacoste College of Education in Gainesville.
Our voice to the many calls by major world stakeholders for government of Liberia to increase the education budget to 20% of the total public expenditure to education so that we can see a transition, and we're also calling for the government to place premium on the private sector institutions.
The Liberian educator also wants school administrators seek professional development for their staff to enhance capacities. Meanwhile, Villa Cose's College of Education has bestowed special honors to 9 Liberian teachers for outstanding and exceptional role being played in the sector. Participants of a 2-day task force journey in Buchanan Grant, Basso County have vowed to stop violence against women and keep the peace of Liberia. According to our correspondent, the journey was intended to educate participants on violence against women in politics. Assistant Gender Minister Alice Howard Johnson emphasized the importance of the workshop in addressing the national status of women in politics. And the Liberia Solidarity Organization has pledged support for the re-election of President George Weah in the upcoming elections. The head of the organization, Halabia Johnson, said the CDC-led government has lived up to the aspirations of Liberians as demonstrated in the many development initiatives being undertaken by the government. Mr. Johnson said the Liberia Solidarity Organization is currently on a door-to-door campaign for the re-election of President George Weah. He is at the same time rallying citizens not to listen to the opposition but focus on the transformation of the country by the CDC-led administration.
Emmanuel Colley there with the news bulletin. He will be here again with the weather update and international development. One of the big stories we are following on today's presentation, a stalwart of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Wilson Tape, justifies President Weah's re-election. We also have coming up a commentary titled "We Hail Calls by Government and Stakeholders for Speedy Investigation into the Electoral Violence in Lofa County." Recently, there were rumors that the Weah-led government has abandoned the Southeast in terms of road construction, but such speculation does not match the report emanating from the Public Works Ministry. We have a